Well, with 7.15 on the PTR and a lot of changes coming, I thought I'd go over some of the changes that are happening to the spec I love most, which is my Arcane Mage. What I'm going to do is show a couple of subtle changes that are going to change the way the Arcane Mage plays. So if you're playing one right now, you're going to play it a little differently come 7.1.5. Alright, so let's talk about the couple of changes that are going to change the way I play an Arcane Mage. You may do it differently, and what I'm going to do from here. Now, the major changes I'm going to talk about happen at the bottom and the top of the talent pool, with Temporal Flux and Overpowered. Now, normally I would take Arcane Familiar and Quickening, but during the PTR when I'm playing around with it, I'm taking Overpower and Temporal Flux. The reason I'm taking Temporal Flux is because I'm taking Quickening off. I need that extra little bit of haste to get damage out faster. But the big thing is Overpowered. This changes how your Arcane Power works immensely. Instead of Arcane Power doing a 30% damage boost and a 30% mana reduction, it does a 100% boost and a 100% reduction. Hopefully this makes it to the PTR, or makes it off the PTR and onto live, because Jesus Christ, this thing hits like a truck. Now what I have noticed is this changes my rotation heavily, and I'll show you what I mean here right now. Now what I mean by this changing your rotation very heavily is that you're going to be able to stay in your burn phase a whole lot longer. You don't have to, time as much with evocation with Arcane Power as you normally do. So I'm going to go over how my rotation changed, and I was able to put up some very impressive numbers with this rotation. Now, as per usual, I'm going to build up to Arcane Blasts, build up my 4 Arcane Charges that way. At that point, I'm going to park Mark of Alieneth, and then I'm going to go into my Arcane Power. I'm going to forgo using Arcane Missiles unless I have 3 of them while I'm in Arcane Power. They don't cost mana, therefore they won't benefit as much. I'm just going to spam Arcane Blast while my Arcane Power is active because of the 100% reduction and 100% damage buff. It gives me a lot more bang for my buck. If I did get 3 Arcane Missiles, I would dump 1 Arcane Missiles and proceed. Toss Supernova in there if you're having trouble building some Arcane Missiles while you're in your burn phase, though. When you run out of mana during the burn phase, you'll evocate all the way back up to full and then continue the burn phase. Once you're done with that, you're going to go into the conservation phase. Now my conservation phase is a little different because I have the legendary pants that'll actually give me back a lot more mana. But generally you're going to follow this rule. You'll build up Arcane Charges to 3 if you have an Arcane Missiles, or to 4 if you don't. If you have an Arcane Missiles at 3, you'll go ahead and burn Arcane Missiles to get the charge. Then you'll dump with Arcane Barrage, and repeat. Once Arcane Power comes off cooldown and you have about 15 to 20 seconds left on your evocate, you'll go back into the burn phase. This is where it's slightly different than before. Normally you would actually evocate back up to full, then into your burn phase. However, this way, with the Arcane Power causing it to cost 100% less mana, you can only have, say, 25% of your mana, go into a burn phase, use the Arcane Power to keep you where you can actually keep burning, then evocate back up to full, and then do a second burn phase. Conservatively, I was able to get about 60 to 120k more DPS in this rotation than I was in the normal Arcane rotation. It's kind of freaking insane, and I can't wait for it to hit live. Hopefully they leave Overpowered the way it is, because then I will actually flat out just reroll my guy's name to Overpowered. Alright, peace out guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this is very, very helpful. Have fun playing World of Warcraft, and look forward to seeing you in the Nighthold.